Gonna take in this life wide awake, open my eyes and my heart to the world in brilliant new ways. Watch all the colors combine and explode. Let them fill in the cracks and the unfinished parts of my soul. Here we go. I release all my secrets and all my pain. Hold to the truth made of a bond stronger than my chains. Free my spirit, let go of my pride, and put words to the way that I love you for your sake and mine. Oh, this love I have found is lifting me up. Now I see from higher ground. No view as sweet or profound as the me I see in all this love I have found. I stand on goodness like a rock. Hold out my hand to my brothers and sisters and help them stand up. Thank you, struggle. You know you made me strong. With every breath I am sure I am here. I know I belong. Oh, this love I have found is lifting me up. Now I see from higher ground. No view as sweet or profound as the me I see in all this love I have found. Oh, this love I have found is this love I have found. This in me I see with all this love I have found.
Yeah, right? There's no truth stronger. No, truth is stronger than the chains that bind me, right? That was in there. That might not have been exactly how it was, but it was in there. And we know that those chains can get released by the power of divine love. We know that because we have an opening statement that reminds us of that. So let's take a look at that opening statement in your bulletin, and let's say it together right now. Together, there is only one presence, one power, and one activity, God, the good, omnipotent. And the prayer for our church, keeping in mind as always our mission to love the soul, light the mind, lift the heart, and heal the body. That's what we are here to do together and to learn to do together. And so keeping that in mind, let's say this prayer for our church together. Bless the work of our church, O Lord. Let our ideals be true. Let our efforts be helpful. Let our words be filled with healing. Let our attitude be joyful. Let the stranger find true welcome and remain as friend, for the Father draws his beloved to this place in his name. Let love and understanding among all people establish peace in our world. Father, Mother, God, we thank you. And now I invite you to bring to mind one or two other people that you'd like to hold in prayer today. And what we like to do is not envision the answer to the prayer, because that's between that person and their relationship, their understanding of God. And so what we do is we behold the Christ in them. We behold them in that divine part of themselves that is already healthy, whole, and has everything that they need at hand to fulfill their lives. And so we envision the look on their face when they realize that their prayers have been answered. And so as you bring to mind one or two other people that you'd like to hold in prayer today, let us say this prayer for others together. As I behold the Christ in you, I see you happy, healthy, prosperous, loving, and beloved, going forth joyously to meet your good. And so we hold this vision of them with a look of joy on their face as they take one step at a time forward in life with an open mind and an open heart, open arms, embracing all the good that lies before them in this very moment. And as always, we are grateful for answered prayer. Amen. Now I invite you to join us in our hymn for today, if you would like to stand or are able. And our hymn is on the cream-colored insert in your bulletin on back of I Choose Love. And today's hymn is
God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God is everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God is everything I need. Here we go. God is my source. God is my power. God is everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God is everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love is everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love is everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy is everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy is everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace is everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God is everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God is everything I need. God is everything I need. God is everything I need.
Yeah, if you're not awake, you will be now. Okay, so if you take a look in your bulletin, you'll see all the wonderful things that are going on around here. Next week, we're going to have our very own newly ordained Reverend Dr. Stephanie Bushman on the platform. As I'm going to just take it off to go spend some time with family. And so Reverend Stephanie has graciously agreed to step in so that I can do that. There's a lot in here. I don't want to go through everything because the Spirit had a lot to say today, and I couldn't let go of any of it. So that's just where we are today. Okay, so after service today, after fellowship, we're going to be having a nature walk with Reverend Lori Petrosino. And just to back it up here a few minutes, I want to give a big welcome to Unity of Palmyra, who is visiting us today, and Reverend Stephanie Sy, who was with us for 10 months last year on our beloved community program. We're so excited and happy to have you here with us. And I'm just wondering if we have anybody else here for the first time today. Yes, thank you, right over here. So our usher is bringing you a welcome packet, and we also have a gift for you before you leave here today that you need to make sure you see him to get on your way out the door. And in that packet, there is a sample of the Daily Word, which is Unity's daily prayer text. They publish it with 2 months at a time. This is a generic one, just to give you an idea of what that is. It's just a little page of a prayer every day that you can wake up in the morning and read with your coffee. Behind that, there's a welcome card with a green tab on top. If you would like to fill that out and give it to the usher on the way out, or drop it in this offertory box later, then we could put you on our email list and our weekly blast. And all the way in the back is a quarterly calendar of everything that's going on around here this quarter. And we just want to say welcome and thank you so much for being with us today. Okay. To go on, Reverend Dr. Stephanie Bushman is going to be having a webinar sponsored by Unity Urban Ministerial School, and this can be taken for CEU and DEI credit through Unity Worldwide Ministries. And it is called Beyond the Walls, Seeing the Divine Beyond Labels. So the information is here in your bulletin. There's more information in your email blast when you get it. And so you can sign up for the class. The cost is $40. I believe if you're taking it for credit, it's a little bit more, right? For the okay, if you're taking it for the CEUs, then it's a $50. Okay, take me out to the ball game. Trenton Thunder Night. We are going to see the Farm League at Trenton Thunder Stadium play on July 31st. Your money for that needs to be cashed, $13, given to Missy by next week, and by next Sunday, so that we can order the tickets. And if you find at the last minute because we're going to be sitting together as a group, if you find at the last minute that you want to come, you can still get tickets at the door for $15, and they're actually holding extra seats for us in case something like that happens, so you guys can just come and sit with us. Once Missy gets the tickets, she's going to pick them up at the box office and stand out front, and we'll get our tickets from her, and we can, you can go in individually, or we'll go in as a group, or whatever we decide to do at that time. Okay, we are having a community hug meeting on August 2nd. This is a very important meeting. So, and it will be hybrid. So all of those with us virtually and those here in our community, it is really important for everyone to be at this meeting. So come on in. We're going to be sharing, the board and I, some really important information with you, and we really, really need a good attendance at that. So come and join us for that. Book club is back with Reverend Lori and our board treasurer, Mr. Vic Daniel, who also is here today. And they're going to be doing a book on honor of our 250th America's birthday called The Greatest Sentence Ever Written by Walter Isaacson. And he's taking a powerful look at that sentence in the Declaration of Independence, word by word. And it's not a big book, it's a small book. Word by word, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So order your book from Amazon now so that you can read and you can jump in with Lori and Vic. That's going to be on Wednesdays. Tuesdays is incorrect. That's what's in your bulletin. It's Wednesdays, 6:45 to 8. No. Is that correct, Lori? Well, I don't have her in here. It is on Tuesdays? All right, there's some confusion happening here. We will get that straightened out as soon as possible. My understanding was that it was Wednesdays from 6:45 to 8 p.m. on the Wednesdays when we do not have Wednesday night meditation. So it starts July 29th, and then it would go to August 5th and 19th. So we'll get that straightened out for sure before it starts. All right, Pack-a-Sack is going on. You can continue to do that and see what that is. Just remember that the basket is out here in the corner of the narthex where we're collecting the book bags, and you can see them starting to pile up there. So, and Critter Corner is still open. Don't forget about our critters this summer. And I think that's everything. So I am going to now invite our daily word reader, Miss Joan, to come on up and read from a daily word that is pertinent to today's lesson.
Today's daily word is authentic, which comes from Monday, August 2nd, 2004. And our affirmation is, I am true to myself, genuine toward others, and one with God. You can find this affirmation on the inside cover of your bulletin. Let's affirm it together. I am true to myself, genuine toward others, and one with God. There may be nothing that depletes the energy more than being inauthentic for the sake of appearances. The light and love of God shine brightly within all people, but not being authentic and honest with oneself creates a barrier to a full expression of these sacred attributes. Being authentic means that I cultivate an awareness of what I think and feel, and I speak my mind with clarity and compassion. It also means that I accept myself and others as God created us. Recognizing myself as God's creation, I reflect God's light and love. In prayer, I give thanks for all that God is through me. The light of the universe shines clearly through me, and I express a divine authenticity in what I think, say, and do. Our Bible verse is from the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verses 8 and 9. Live as children of light, for the fruit of the light is found in all that is good, right, and true. And again, our affirmation is, I am true to myself, genuine toward others, and one with God.
So, I pulled a sentence out of there. There may be nothing that depletes the energy more than being inauthentic for the sake of appearances. Yet I wonder how often we do this in ways that we don't even realize. In ways that perhaps even unwittingly overshadow the light in others because they overshadow the light in us that allows us to see the light in others. In order for our own light to shine, and to shine brightly. And in order for us to truly see the light in others, we must first open ourselves to the light and allow it to shine on the things that we might not want to see about ourselves. We can't authentically be the light unless we're doing this. And yet, we shy away from it because sometimes it's hard. As our daily word states, sometimes it's hard to cultivate a true awareness of what we think and feel and speak our mind with clarity and compassion. Our opening song invites us to take in this life wide awake. Open our eyes and our heart to the world in brilliant new ways. Watch all the colors combine and explode. Let them fill in the cracks and the unfinished parts of our soul. Sounds lovely, doesn't it? And we want to do that, right? We want to grow and unfold to the truth of our being. And yet it's hard. You know why? You do? You don't? Because watching all the colors within us combine creates darkness. In the physical world of art, paint, and ink, combining all colors together creates the color black. And we don't like to look into the blackness of our soul, even though there's much beauty that can come from doing that. However, when light is added to the spectrum of color, each color brings more wavelengths into the mix. Once all colors of the visible spectrum are combined with light, the color receptors in our eyes are stimulated, and we can see them all, like in a rainbow. When we see with light, all colors explode to create even more color. Red and yellow overlap to create orange. Blue and yellow create green. Blue and red create purple, so we can open our eyes and our heart to the world in new and brilliant ways. Looking at this metaphysically, the only way we can watch all the colors within us combine and explode is to add light. So how do we do that? We do it by taking the high road and not the bypass. And what do I mean by that? Like all good truth students, we like to think we're taking the high road, and in many ways we are. We pray and meditate. We use tools of denial and affirmation to help us change our thinking. We give our time, talent, and treasure to what supports our unfoldment and helps others. We do our best to open our eyes to see the Christ in one another. And yet sometimes in doing these things, without even realizing it, we jump off the high road and onto what is known as the spiritual bypass. So what is this spiritual bypass? Because I'm sure there are many in here who do not know what I'm talking about. Spiritual bypassing is a modern psychological term that points toward an ancient human tendency. It was coined by psychologist John Wellwood to describe what happens when we use spiritual ideas, practices, or beliefs to avoid real-world issues, painful realities, unresolved emotional wounds, difficult relationships, unresolved trauma, uncomfortable truths, our inner shadow. In other words, instead of facing things in life, we cover them up with affirmations, and we often escape or avoid them with prayer and meditation. Instead of healing our pain, we smile our way through it. I can be very guilty of this. Because, of course, we must see the good and only the good, right? So instead of truly forgiving, we suppress anger, because anger doesn't serve us, does it? Instead of honesty in relationships, we pretend everything is fine because We must behold the Christ in the other person. We do all this to avoid walking through the valley. Instead, we try to float over it. At first glance, spiritual bypassing can look very spiritual. It can sound like the language of love. It even uses unity principles. But it's really using spiritual beliefs to avoid inner work. Rather than allowing truth to transform us, we use it against ourselves, subconsciously thinking it will protect us from the shadow within. Jesus warns against this in the book of Matthew, and this is chapter 23, verses 23 to 28. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you tithe mint, dill, and cummin, and have neglected the weightier matters of the law, justice and mercy and faith. It is there you ought to have practiced without neglecting the others. You blind guides, you strain out a gnat, but swallow a camel. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you clean the outside of the cup and the plate, but inside they are full of greed and self-indulgence. You blind Pharisees, first clean the inside of the cup, so that the outside also may become clean. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you are like whitewashed tombs, which on the outside look beautiful, but inside they are full of bones of the dead and all kinds of filth. So you also on the outside look righteous to others, but inside you are full of hypocrisy and lawlessness. Yikes. Sounds scathing, doesn't it? So let's look beyond the surface at the metaphysics. We know that in unity, the people and places in the Bible metaphysically represent something within us. Usually the character of our thoughts and or a state of consciousness. So scribes, according to our co-founder, Charles Fillmore's Revealing Word, represent the thoughts and ideas that come to us from the outer world. And many of those thoughts and ideas end up living in our subconscious mind as untruths. Pharisees symbolize thoughts that arise out of the subconscious mind, binding us to external forms of practicing spirituality. The Pharisee in us, and we've all got one, does not fully understand that truth comes into expression in our conscious mind through understanding and love. Not just love of one another, but first and foremost, love of self, the capital S, self, which cannot happen without first understanding ourself. And we can't do that if we take the bypass, because we're not willing to shine a light on the dark parts. The painful emotions, difficult relationships, or unresolved issues that have left their mark on our subconscious block the light of truth within us. So, what does taking the bypass look like? What's the view? Well, have you ever said to yourself or someone else, everything happens for a reason? It's all good. I shouldn't feel angry. I just need to stay positive. Oh, I'm creating that with my consciousness. If I had enough faith, this wouldn't bother me. I just need to let it go. Sometimes these statements are true. And yet often on the inside, we might be carrying resentment, grief, fear, shame, anxiety, disappointment, or anger that we've never allowed ourselves to honestly face. Or maybe we inadvertently use these statements to dismiss another's boundaries or pain, not to allow ourselves to express or share negative or painful emotions, or to listen to someone else's because we're uncomfortable. Or even to suggest passivity when action might be required. When I say it's all good, am I using that to fluff over things in the world that are not good? Or as an excuse not to get involved? Am I avoiding dealing with my own thoughts and feelings about it? When I say everything has a deeper purpose, am I dismissing my own pain or another's rather than making the effort to deal with it? The Pharisee consciousness represents a state of mind that becomes more concerned with outer appearances and what others think than transformation. It values a perceived outer correctness over inner awakening. In today's reading, Jesus isn't criticizing spiritual practice. He's criticizing the temptation to substitute appearances for transformation. In other words, for doing the outer spiritual practice, but missing the inner spiritual purpose. The outer form is present, but the inner substance is absent. That is neglecting the weightier matters of the law. And what is the law that Jesus taught us we are to fulfill? It's not rhetorical. Hello? I heard it. Love. Love is the fulfillment of the law, which again, we must begin with understanding and loving ourselves, every part of ourselves, fully and completely, and not blindly being guided by misplaced or misused spirituality. The law of love takes the high road, not the bypass. It doesn't neglect the weightier matters. It looks deeply without condemnation. It speaks truth with compassion, even when it's hard. So how do we take the high road? Well, Jesus told us, first clean the inside of the cup so that the outside may also shine. Now, he doesn't say ignore the outside. He says begin with the inside. And we do that by facing the hard realities with love. We let love lift us up to authentic spirituality so we can see ourselves, one another, and the world from higher ground. When we feel hurt or mistreated by someone, we might tell ourselves, well, I'm going to see the Christ in them. Good, that's wonderful. See the Christ, but don't ignore the behavior. Jesus saw the Christ potential in everyone. He also overturned tables because love sometimes says no. Authentic spirituality says, I'm angry, and love is present. Many times we get angry because we love, or because we have a misunderstanding of what love is. I imagine when Jesus overturned the tables, in his consciousness, it was for his love of the people and how they were defiling themselves. How about when someone deeply betrays me? Instead of processing my hurt, I might just say, well, I forgive them. Do I really? Or am I simply uncomfortable with anger and grief? Yes. Forgiveness that skips grief is rarely forgiveness. It's emotional avoidance. Authentic spirituality says, I'm angry, I'm grieving, and love is present. Certainly we grieve because love is present. Jesus grieved when Lazarus died, and I bet he grieved for Judas too. Have you ever found yourself in a financial bind? We have lots of prosperity teachings to help us out of that, don't we? So rather than acknowledge fear, we repeat prosperity affirmations 25 times a day. Authentic spirituality says, I'm afraid, and God is present. I am struggling, and I live in an abundant universe. Authentic spirituality trusts that divine love is large enough to meet us exactly where we are. Not where we pretend to be, not where we wish we were, but right where we are. Healing, growth, and transformation begin right where I am. Otherwise, we're like whitewashed tombs, which on the outside look beautiful, but on the inside are full of dead bones. A whitewashed tomb, again, represents a consciousness focused on outer appearance. Everything looks pristine, even appears spiritual, when in truth, life has stopped flowing within us. It's dark in a tomb until we let the Christ within rise into the light, and we can't do that until we face what's in the tomb. When we don't allow the light to fully express as divine love by shining it on what needs to be illumined, we're like those whitewashed tombs, beautiful on the outside. But inside, there's no real life because there's no real growth. There's no real transformation. There's only lawlessness, meaning that we're not letting love enter all parts of us, all parts of us. Unity teaches that God is absolute good. We are expressions of divine being, and our purpose is awakening to truth. Taking the bypass is inconsistent with these principles because principle is truth, and truth requires honesty with ourselves and with one another. Bypassing actually blocks principle because it refuses to acknowledge the consciousness that needs transformation. We cannot release what we will not face, and we cannot heal what we will not feel, and we cannot transform what we will not name. Carl Jung taught that what we do not make conscious appears in our lives as fate. There's a shadow in us, and it's not evil. The shadow is simply what we refuse to see and bring into the light. Every person has wounds, fears, resentments. Every person has insecurities, grief, and unmet needs. The spiritual bypass attempts to transcend the shadow without integrating it. The high road integrates all parts of our being because nothing can be healed while hidden, and nothing can be transformed while being denied. See, truth is not selective. It embraces what is, then transforms it. Light does not destroy darkness, pretending it's not there. It transforms darkness by illuminating it so we can see all the colors and let them fill in the cracks and the unfinished parts of our soul. One of the greatest misunderstandings in unity is that we're supposed to always be positive. However, we got to remember too that it has never taught that we should deny our humanness. We are both fully human and fully divine, just like Jesus. When used appropriately, we have the tools for transformation at hand. Denial, not denying a feeling or that an experience is occurring, rather denying that it has power over us. Emily Cady writes in Lessons in Truth, we must be honest with ourselves before truth can set us free. Acknowledging our feelings and experiences isn't giving them power. It's bringing them into the light where transformation becomes possible. We can use affirmations, not to silence or avoid our thoughts and emotions, rather to support us in healing through truth. Because if we're not mindful, an affirmation can become a denial. It can be true and at the same time used to avoid situations or suppress emotions, thus becoming another way of cleaning only the outside of the cup. Affirmation is not for covering up wounds, rather for overcoming them by transforming them with love. Affirmative prayer. Be careful with this one. Often we take our denials and affirmations into prayer. So we have to be mindful not to use prayer as an escape by misusing denials and affirmations in our prayer time. Prayer is to solidify faith and truth, to commune with the divine within, and to open our minds and hearts to guidance and what life has to offer. Meditation, again, not to escape or avoid life, rather to become present to the presence of divine life. The presence of divine life, love, intelligence, and wisdom that is within us, so that we may compassionately witness whatever might arise during that time. And so, it's a lot, isn't it? Makes us have some things that we need to think about. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to invite you to try on that type of meditation as we turn within for the next few moments to contemplate with spiritual authority and compassionately witness whatever may arise within us. So, would you just set everything aside and take a moment to become comfortable where you are? Allow yourself to begin to relax a little bit. Perhaps taking a deep breath would help with that. And if it feels comfortable, lower your gaze or close your eyes, knowing that this is a safe and sacred space. Breathe and allow your body to settle into the chair, or those of you who are with us virtually, wherever you may be. And now, take another slow, deep breath in. And gently let it go. Let it go. Let go. Breathe into your shoulders and your neck. And on the exhale, release any tension that may be there. And again, one more deep breath in. Exhaling and letting go of anything you no longer need to carry in this moment. Feel the life of spirit infill you as it lifts your heart. And just allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment. As your breath settles into its natural rhythm, just notice the presence of your presence. You are here, and that is enough. It's enough to simply be still and know. There's nowhere to go, nothing to say or do. nothing to achieve, nothing to fix. Only to be in this moment. Blessings abound in this very moment as we become silent and still, opening our hearts and minds to listening. I am free in this moment. Free to drop any mask I might be wearing. Free to let go of any notion that I need to be stronger. I should be happier. Free to release any idea that I should be more forgiving or more positive. And so I release any notion that increases the distance between who I am and who I think I should be. I allow that distance to be narrowed. I breathe and let that distance be softened. There is nothing within me that divine love refuses to meet. Whether it's joy or sadness, confidence or uncertainty, peace or struggle. Everything within me exists within the embrace of the divine presence. So I simply take this time to notice what is here. I ask myself, what am I carrying today? Not to analyze it or change it, not to judge, just to notice. Am I weary, disappointed, afraid? Am I grateful and content with my life? Is there perhaps something that I haven't wanted to acknowledge? Whatever arises, I don't push it away. I meet it with kindness and love. I don't need to dress it up in spiritual language or name it something else. I just need to notice, to allow, and to breathe, resting in awareness. I notice if there are any uncomfortable thoughts coming to mind. Like this shouldn't be here. I should be beyond this. I thought I had already healed this. If this happens, just notice it and let it pass. There's no spiritual reward for rejecting part of myself. There's only growth and freedom in meeting myself honestly. And so in this moment, I rest in acceptance. Not approval or disapproval, not resignation, just acceptance of what is. I meet it with willingness to see what's true. Willingness to be present. And I breathe into that willingness. With an open mind and heart, with a willing heart, there's room for everything. My awareness remains undisturbed as thoughts come and go and feelings come and go. Experiences come and go. And yet I allow the calm, open presentness of awareness to remain. There is only this moment and my willingness to meet it. There is only blessed unfoldment, breathing new life in me. I don't need to hide my humanity. I can be honest and divinely present. I can be compassionate and loving with myself and others. In this moment, truth and clarity find their way to me. In this moment, I'm right where I should be, safe in the light of divine love. And I am grateful. Amen.
Blessings abound in this moment, silent and open, listening. Spirit, I feel a blessed unfoldment, breathing new life in me. In this moment, truth and clarity find their way in me. In this moment, I'm where I should be, safe in the arms of love. Blessings abound in this moment, listening. Spirit, I feel a blessed unfoldment, breathing new life in me. In this moment, truth and clarity find their way to me. In this moment, I'm where I should be, safe in the arms of love. I trust myself, I seize this day. I know my heart will lead the way. I trust myself, I'll seize this day. I know my heart will lead the way. I trust myself, I seize this day. I know my heart will lead the way. I trust myself, I seize this day. I know my heart will lead the way. In this moment, I'm where I should be, safe in the arms of love. In this moment, truth and clarity find their way to me. In this moment, I'm where I should be, safe in the arms of love. In this moment, in this moment, in this moment of love.
Welcome back to the room. Today, I'm going to leave you with this thought. Years ago, when I used to work for the Board of Education, on my drive to the office, there was a lake that would fill with lotus flowers in the summertime. And this beautiful creation of lotus flowers sits on top of the water, for all to see. But what we don't see is the mud and the muck at the bottom of the lake. And that mud and muck is necessary for the lotus to thrive and show its full beauty to the world. It must dig its roots deep into the mud to reach its full potential. And it's the same for us. No mud, no lotus. Whatever we go through grows us to expose the truth of who we truly are. And in the glow of our own light, with our petals wide open, we bloom right where we are. So this week, I'm going to challenge you. I'm not even going to say invite. I'm going to challenge you to dig deep into the mud. Grow through it. Unfold and bloom. And you can't do that until you dive down and get in the mud first. So do that and have a blessed week. Now I'm going to invite you to join with us in our walk of abundance. So we do this a little bit differently here. There's an affirmation of abundance in your bulletin. You can open that up. It's on the inside cover. And first, we're going to bless our love offering. And then, one by one, and there's nobody's guiding you except for you, you're going to get up and go around the outside of your aisle this way and come over here to this side, sort of making a line and just coming up in the line. And what you'll do is you will place your offering in the offertory box that a congregant so beautifully made for us. If you don't have your offering with you this week, that's okay. I know we give in a lot of different ways at different times. There's a prayer card there that you can pick up and put in the box. Then, once you do that, you can pick up an affirmation of abundance from this side to take with you this week. If you are unable or not comfortable doing this, simply stay where you are, raise your hand, please, and our usher will come to you with an affirmation and a tray that you can put your blessing in and your offering in, and then he will bring it up here at the end to include it. And so we're going to begin by taking those gifts in our hands and our hearts and saying the affirmation of abundance that is in your bulletin together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I give and all that I receive, and for this I am grateful. And so now you may begin.
I celebrate my abundance today by giving this gift. I show my faith as I open my heart. My world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. I celebrate my abundance today by giving this gift. I show my faith as I open my heart. My world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. I celebrate my abundance today. I give this gift. I show my faith as I open my heart. My world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself.
And now I invite you to join me in blessing these offerings again with the same blessing that's in your bulletin, using the pronouns us and we together. Divine love through us blesses and multiplies all that we give and all that we receive. And we see these gifts so lovingly and generously given, going to support the Christ-based teachings within each individual life here, within this community, within the communities in which we live, and in the world as we live and exemplify the principles and teachings. And as always, for the honor and privilege of being a part of this wonderful movement of spirit that we know and love as Unity Church of Christ, we are truly, truly grateful. Amen. Now, I invite you to join us in I Choose Love, which is also in your bulletin. And if you would like to stand or are able to stand to join us in that, and then the prayer for protection.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one son. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us, let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
Please join us for the prayer for protection as it is in your bulletin together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. For wherever we are, God is. And God, all is well. And I see you this week digging deep so that you can truly embrace these truths and live them as a new, beautiful expression of life. Amen.
No mud, no lotus. Haven't you noticed the patterns of the pain in your past? The things that broke you, they also awoke you to the questions you needed to ask. The sleepless nights and the dizzying heights and the dreams, some of which came true. Until the breaks, heartaches, perfect mistakes created this version of you. And everything you go through grows you, and everything you go humbles you, exposes who you are. If it hurt, it made you softer. If it was hard, it fueled your hunger. If it touched you, your heart took hold. If it was simple, it made you wise. If it was sweet, it made you smile. Weaved an indelible impression on your soul. Your feet, they walked, and your lips, they talked, and your hands dug around for the proof. Every look, every book pictured in your mind that you took created this version of you. And everything you go through grows you. Grows you. And everything you go through grows you. Exposes the roots of an endless summer, part-time temporary lovers, and the swoon of a deep blue sky. And as the time flew, you planted and gathered your truth as it passed before your eyes. And the wound is where the light gets in, revealing the masterpiece just beneath your skin. And in the glow of your own light, with your petals open wide, you bloom right where you are. Oh, and everything you go through grows you. Grows you. And everything you go through grows you, exposes who you are. No mud, no lotus. Haven't you noticed the patterns of the pain in your past? The things that broke you, they also awoke you to the questions you needed to